There was a young woman that was pulled over by the police for a seatbelt violation. But when the police ran her information, it came up that her license was suspended because she didn't pay child support. But the twist is she has no children. Let's roll the clip.
Jones.
We were there this morning as Nakia Jones waited for her day in court. Her concern and frustration clear.
The time that I put in, the money to get to court, the days I took off.
Her issue started back in July. A traffic ticket for a seatbelt violation turned into much more when she discovered her license was suspended, a violation for not paying child support. Thing is, she doesn't have kids.
Please just let me speak to you, because I'm ready to get this taken care of.
Her emotions overflowing, pleading her case in court, telling the judge no one in the court system was willing to help.
All I've been getting is rude and nasty remarks.
The BMV saying it's the court. That is, until the Six on Your Side investigators started looking into the problem just last week.
It took for ABC6 for me to call ABC6 and get them involved, for me to even find out that these cases were even going on. It took for me to call them to even get a response from anyone.
After we did a bit of digging at the Franklin County Municipal Courthouse, now some movement in the case.
If you could please look into my situation and look to where I can take care of this so I can restart my life.
Court administrators finally trying to help Jones sort things out. Turns out Jones does have prior outstanding traffic violations that led to an avalanche of paperwork confusion and a warrant for her arrest.
And this is my next court date.
So here's the deal. Jones now has to pay a few fines and court costs, and she can get her driver's license ASAP.
All the charges are dropped. Any charges, past charges I had, any past fines, all of that will be dropped.
She tells us it's like a massive weight has been taken off her back.
It's a big relief.
Now her life can get back on track.
I hope so. I'm not sure. I hope so.
So we heard how everything ended. She had to take care of a couple of tickets. They say they made a mistake and she can get her license back. Now, the issue for me more than anything, and I want to harp on this with this particular story, is the suspension of a driver's license for failure to pay child support. The system of child support in America, it has nothing to do with the best interest of the children. It doesn't. Because if it actually truly focused on the best interest of the children, they'll consider a whole lot of things instead of just awarding kids automatically most of the time with the mother. Sometimes the father has a better financial situation. He may live in a better environment. He may have his stuff together, but it doesn't matter because the system is so biased against fathers in this country. And any wives that have a husband that's going through that would understand that. If you are a man and you lose a job, you get laid off, you get hurt, something can happen. I mean, that's just life. Now you're not paying your child support. And then one of the penalties they have is for you to lose your license. Now, how is it losing your license is going to encourage and help facilitate you paying child support? That's like me cutting off your hand and telling you to eat with that same hand. You're going to have a difficult time trying to eat with a nub. Well, that's the same thing they're doing when they take away your driver's license. If you want this person to go to work and pay this particular child support, right? Well, they need to get there. And not every city has public transportation. Now, some people say you can get an Uber or whatever. Uber can even get expensive if you don't have a lot of money to be using Uber every day, taking you to and from. You see, it's okay in society to harm predominantly men and say deadbeat dads. And if it's deadbeat dads, we should be able to take the driver's license, should be able to jail them, should be able to not allow them to have a passport if they want to travel. And do you know with the passport situation, if you owe $2,500 in child support or more, they will take your passport away. But do you know the government allows you to owe more than $50,000 in taxes before they even can start considering suspending your passport? So that's taxes to the government. They allow you more leeway than they do with child support. This woman is suffering and has suffered all the things that she suffered due to this corrupt system here in America in family law courts. And everyone needs to know, not only has Bill Clinton been the one instrumental of hurting the black community with the crime bill, but he also hurt the family with all his provisions in 1996. That he's the one to start putting in to jail people and do all these things to someone who owes child support. My thing is, children need a mother and a father. They need both. Their father don't supposed to be locked up in jail. And even if you lock up a man in jail for child support, the child support don't decrease. At least if you locked up for tickets, the tickets decrease while you're in there. You sit so long and then you can get out. And child support just keeps stacking up, interest upon interest upon interest. And yeah, some women say, oh, well, you just need to pay their child support. And then they should be making kids. They shouldn't be doing this. They have relationships that break up. And it wasn't no one night stand. It wasn't people just out there, hot dicking. It wasn't any of that. It was just a relationship. And then people may not get along or whatever. And the system is also weaponized against fathers. It happens all the time. And because we have this narrative and this propaganda that it's okay to harm, dads and call them deadbeat, even though this guy could, in the way the courts may treat you, is that you could have been paying your child support on time for 10 years. You may have this one time that you down, and it happens. And then they're going to treat you like a piece of crap, even though you got a record of paying your stuff like you're supposed to. I mean, I feel, what happened to this woman is just a reflection of the system. And, instead of bickering and all this other stuff, men need to get together, and also the women that support, these men. It could be your husband, it could be your boyfriend or your brother or whoever it may be. And we need to get together and get these laws changed, because these laws are very, very draconian. They don't help the family. And some of the laws that's set up, it's like from the old school days when women didn't work, women didn't have no rights. We passed that. Women are CEOs now. Women are CEO of YouTube. There you go. So we need things to change, because this is not helping at all. Of a woman being pulled over to say that her license is suspended for child support, even though she had no kids. This woman would not went through this mess if that system wasn't so screwed up. And then we need to start talking about that a little bit more. Like I said, I want to start highlighting that a lot more, because, this situation is just affecting everybody. And then the children at the end of the day don't benefit. It's a corrupt system. Too many people making money. And when people making money off of something, off of corruption, that's something that has to end. But leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this particular story. This woman, like I said, she went through all that. She crying in court and everything, all behind a corrupt family law system.